Hey YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul, and welcome to another remake video. Today, we're remaking Lil Uzi Vert's track, The Way Life Goes, so let's get straight to it. First things first, let's set our tempo to 164 beats per minute. Give ourselves a 4-bar loop, and we're gonna drag in a sample that Lil Uzi Vert, or the producer, used in this track. The song was by Oh Wonder, and the track was called Landslide. So I'm gonna bring that in right here. So here's what it sounds like. So all we're going to do is just chop up that beginning piece over there. So it's going to zoom on in. We're going to chop up here at the beginning. And we're going to chop up at the end. So we're going to chop right there. And that's our loop. It's going to put a little crossfade at the beginning and end so we don't get a little clicks and pops. Something like that. Alright, so now that we looped it, we're just going to make this a little tighter here. Make this a little tighter. So there is our main sound. What we're going to do right here is just add in some overdrive, distortion overdrive, just to kind of beef it up a little bit. And the next thing we're going to do is add in some reverb. Alright, so that's pretty much the main sound that gets looped for the entire record. Next, let's get to our drums. We'll create a new software instrument track. And we're going to bring in Logic's EXS24 sampler instrument. And as usual, I pre-made a drum kit for this, the Way Life Goes drum kit. Make it nice and loud. And let's start off with that kick. Change this back to my pencil tool. And the kick pattern is actually 4 bars long, so let's go ahead and just duplicate this over to here. And let's get that kick pattern going. Actually, I think the pattern is 8 bars long, so let's just push this back. Make it 8 bars long, stretch out this region. And let's get the second part in. So this added that last kick over here at the end. Alright, so that sounds good just like that. Next, go ahead and duplicate this track. And let's draw in those snaps. So it's on the 3s. Alright, let's just duplicate that. Command R on my keyboard, number of copies 1. Alright, next what we're going to do is duplicate this track. And let's go ahead and draw in those hi-hats. Let's just lower that. So to start off, it goes a little stutter. So I'm just going to go to 16th notes. Oh, no. Maybe 8th notes. No, I want a little stutter there, so 16th notes. It's a quick one just like that. And we go back to 8 notes and we just drag that out. Something like that. And then we're just going to go ahead and duplicate this 3 times. I think this one didn't have the double hit. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is duplicate that track, and we're gonna bring in some open hats. It goes over here. Let's duplicate that twice, or sorry, once. And that didn't push to the right spot. So let's move that ourselves. All right, so that sounds good just like that. Now these drums we'll be using throughout the arrangement. All right, so let's go ahead and create a new software instrument track. And for this track, we are going to bring in a vintage electric piano, and we're going to be using the Wurlitzer Modern preset that comes bundled with Logic. And let's go ahead and draw in that pattern. It is a 4-bar pattern, and it just has 4 chords. So let's draw those in. Let's give ourselves some more room here so we can see what's going on. All right, here we go. All right, so there is our chords right there. And this repeats itself for about 8 bars long. So we get something like this. And then this goes for about 4 bars without anything else. And then we're going to push this over again. Let's arrange as we go because there is quite a bit of, or a few changes along the way. Then we have another 8 bars of that with just the snap. I think this was the snap. Along with the open hat. Along with the chords over here. Then we're going to go ahead and copy this over for another 8 bars. And then slight change up over here. What we do here is remove the open hat. Add back that kick. And then we add in this sort of sub bass line that's in the back, just thickens out that bass. So let's get to that. So let's go ahead and create a new software instrument track. And we're going to bring in that ES2 synthesizer along with the 808 preset that we use in a lot of our tutorials. And for this, we're going to use the 808 as sort of a sub bass. So let's go ahead and draw in that sub bass. It is a 4-bar pattern. It's a fairly simple one. I'm just going to go ahead and open up the ES2. I'm going to make it a little less clicky by bringing up our attack. I'll pull back our sustain a little bit as well. Maybe add in a little bit of drive. Alright, something like that is good. It just fills up that bottom end. Alright, and then what happens next is we essentially just going to copy this over. And it changes it up once again. Our open hats come back into play. And we get a piano coming into play. So let's go ahead and create a new software instrument track. And for this one, we're going to go to our browser. We're going to go under piano, and we're going to bring in Logic's Yamaha Grand Piano. And let's go ahead and draw in those chords. Once again, it is 4 chords over 4 bars. All right, so let's go ahead and draw those in. Give ourselves some room. And it happens like a double hit over here. Alright, let's get on with this chords. And once again, that double hit happens over here as well to match over here. Drag those into place. All right, so this goes for about 8 bars long. So let's go ahead and just push that off like that. And then what happens next over here, we're just going to push this for another 8 bars once again. And pretty much everything is going to come into play here. I'm going to push all our drums over to here. The only thing that's not going to be included with this is the open hat. And then we're going to push over our electric piano. We're going to push over our sub bass. And then for our drums, we're going to add in one more layer. And that is going to be a snare. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so let's go ahead and draw in that pattern. All Alright, so there is that snare pattern. Sorry, I got a little confused there for a second. And then this just happens for another 8 bars. Alright, so once again, we're going to push this main sound over for another 8 bars. Let's push over for 16 bars because we're probably going to need that in a moment. Then what happens here is we're going to go ahead and bring in that snap. We're going to go ahead and bring in that open hat. And that happens by itself for about 8 bars. Then we're going to push this over here. We're going to bring in that piano sound, which is down here. And that's going to go for about 8 bars as well. Let's also, and then once this piano hits over here, we're going to create a new software instrument track, and it's going to be this sort of analog sort of lead sound that sort of plays out. So let's go ahead and get to that. All right, so once again, let's go over to our browser and we're going to bring in a sound. Let's go under, I think it was synthesizer, well, classics. And I believe it was called Big Pulse Waves, which is the one I thought was close to the one in the track. And it's going to go behind this over here. Actually, it's only a 4-bar pattern. Let's draw it over here. Let's draw in that pattern. It's only 4 notes. Go to a high octave. Just open up the ES2, just change that sound up a little bit. We're going to bring up the attack so it builds a little bit. We'll bring up the resonance a little bit. Maybe pull up the glide as well. Pull in some more analog. Maybe add in some distortion. Let's add in a reverb as well. Use Logic Space Designer. So that goes for 8 bars long. And finally, that's all the sounds that are within The Way Life Goes. I'm just going to go ahead and just arrange a little bit further over here. All right, so that is Lil Uzi Vert's The Way Life Goes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the remake we just put together. Lil Uzi Vert's The Way Life Goes. So that is Lil Uzi Vert's track, The Way Life Goes, remade in Logic Pro X. For your Logic users out there, I'm going to go ahead and save this entire session for you guys. Place that as a downloadable link in the description box below this video. For your non-Logic users out there, got your back as well. I'm going to go ahead and export all these MIDI stems for you, all these audio stems for you, so you can loop that up in your own DAW, and of course include the drum kit that we used for this tutorial. You can find all those links in the description box below this video. That's it for me, guys. If you have any questions on this, you can ask me in the comments below. If you did like this video, remember, thumbs up, share it, and of course hit that subscribe button for more great videos like this one. I'll talk to y'all soon. Later. Peace.